What we say does mean a lot, but what we do also means even more. I said, when you're growing yourself, I think there's 5 pillars to what make you whole: spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. You can be successful in some, but if you're not successful in the other parts, you're going to feel like there's something missing in your life. And you said so many good things, and that hit it on the head. Another thing that you said that was really good was about the music you listen to, where I listen to house music, one of the genres I listen to, and you can have a upbeat song, but the song itself, what they're saying is depressing.
Sure.
You're like a happy depression, and it's like, no, that's not really healthy. And I have to be conscious to be like, okay, I'm gonna avoid this one, even though I really like the way it was produced. And the same thing with rap music. Some of the rap music, it might have the feeling that it's negative, but it's actually, what they're saying is positive. So you have to our content right now is so blended that you have to be consciously aware of what's happening. And even down to I was trying to explain this to other Christians, because I have a lot of Christian organizations that I'm part of. I said, you have to be conscious as a Christian that we don't fall into the trap that being poor is good. Being poor is not good. That is not the goal that God had for you. God wants you to be successful. Now, could there be an opportunity where you're going through a trial and that you are poor and you're going through a struggle? Yes. But do not feel that my suffering by choice is a gift to God. Now, I say, yes, work hard, and if you want to give away everything that you worked for, okay, fine, do it. That's a choice that's on your heart, that's on your mind, go ahead. But don't think that you're gonna choose to be poor, choose to make bad decisions, and say that I am now a better person because of it.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, primarily in the Catholic religion, okay, from my personal experience, coming from Latin America, from Mexico, from a country that is a devout Catholic country, we saw the power of manipulation that the government and the church impose on people. And you're exactly right. What most people don't realize that, it's okay to be poor and sacrifice and all of that. It was a way of manipulating people into submission, into controlling them, and to be able to manipulate them. And I don't want this to become a religious conversation, because I do believe I do respect the belief system, regardless of what it may be, of everyone. That's your own belief system. But if you want to advance in the world, just like we take an inventory on our businesses every day, just like we take our car for a checkup, okay, every day, just like we service our air conditioning and our appliances and our washer and our dryers and our dishwasher, maybe it is time for you to do an analysis and an inventory in your belief system, okay? More particularly, if you're not reaching the level of success of accomplishments that you want to, okay? Maybe it is something in your belief system that is outdated, okay? We have the most powerful, the world's greater computer that we carry between our ears each and every day, okay? And yet very few people invest the time or the resources to update them, download it, and upload it, and upgrade them on a daily basis, okay? And I'm gonna go back to the power of information and the power of resources that are available to you today, okay? And you and I have been recipients of the benefits of the power of information and technology. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, ebooks, mentors, cyber mentors, masterminds, e-courses, online courses. There's a plethora of podcasts, okay? Blogs. There's a plethora of information that if you want to change your life, it's available for you to learn. Okay, it's available for you to change your life. It's available for you to make a difference in your household, in your personal life, and in your community. And as a citizen of the universe, we have a responsibility to do that. Okay, we have an obligation. Okay, you cannot continue to live in a state of ignorance, okay? If you have children, it's your obligation to surpass and move forward and provide a better life and a better quality of opportunities for them. If you didn't have them, that's not an excuse for them not to have them.
And something to add to what you said before, when we're talking about, let's also, like when you mentioned, let's not make this a religious conversation. I agree with you on that, because even politically and socially, people will start saying things, the rich or bad, right? Things like that.
Yeah.
And you know, things like that, but at the same time, they will do the opposite of what they say, and they will be enabling the problem. So we really have to take to thine self be true, have a true measure of what we are saying, and are we actually acting? Because what we say does mean a lot, but what we do also means even more. That is really how you measure in a person, is how do they act under pressure? How do they treat other people? Do they say what they're going to do? That is one of the biggest things that I found when you're looking to add quality people in your life and around you, is that are they genuine people? Are they people of their word? Because one thing I found, the higher you climb up, the value of having people around you that are true to their word and that are going to do what they say becomes more and more priceless. And that skill where you can have a trusted individual becomes extremely valuable. Their worth is a lot. So, and that's what you realize, is that there is certain things that are very important as a person.
Absolutely. Pascal, we're coming up, being respectful of your time, coming up to the end of the hour. Tell me, what is the biggest lesson that you learned from your father?
I learned what he did do is he was very hardworking. He was very hardworking. He was persistent. He took a challenge and he definitely tried to make the best of it and could figure out a way to fix something. He was very, very good. And man, now again, he had a third grade or fourth grade education. He can learn how to fix basically anything. And that the ability of what we can do and we're capable of is not, don't short yourself. That was the other part, is that because of how smart he was without the formal education, that it was how he shorted himself that kept him from everything he wanted to have.
Wow. So expand on that a little bit more. Because I think a lot of us do that, right? We possess incredible talents, incredible abilities, yet we shorten ourselves. So expand on that, how you saw that happening in your dad.
How I did it myself, because a lot of times when you have to really reflect on how I did it myself, if I looked back and they said, what would you do differently? I said, I would have gone bigger. At 18, 19, I bought the first duplex and I did 20% down because I was conservative. I would have gone a fourplex and put down 3.5% because I learned that appreciation is how you create wealth. Value add is how you create wealth. I wouldn't have put down that much. Then I looked back recently and they said, then I was actually 23 years old when the 08 market crashed, 23, 25. And when that happened, I didn't push hard enough to go get investors. I bought some properties for myself. I made really good money on them, but I should have gotten investors and pushed out and put my voice out there. I would have gone harder. I would have not been, not conservative in instead of risky, but instead of pushed more and driven harder. And then again, recently, same thing, I look back and I said, you're having limiting beliefs and it's holding you back from what you're capable of because you're putting this false ceiling on yourself and it's holding you back from what you're capable of. Like I'm actually in the process of opening and creating an app with one of my mentors. He is a tech company and he would deliver gifts to me when I was a kid. And he's been in the business for 35 years, never passed the fourth grade, taught himself how to code in the 80s, wrote code. And today Wells Fargo, Bank of America uses his code. Apple Pay is on his platform. Every Apple Pay transaction goes through his system.
Wow.
And I told him about the app because I own an accounting firm, I own an insurance agency, I own a mortgage company. I've studied all the financial system and all aspects and how they function. And I told him, hey, this is my idea. This is the app that I think we should have, and it would help everybody. And he said, well, that idea I've actually heard many large companies are trying to do it. And I'm going to tell you that yours is the best that I've seen. And in the time I've been building it out in the sense of how it would function, how it would work on paper. And because again, it's my passion of how the financial system can help strengthen people, better people. And recently I'm like, okay, you got to do this. And he even came to me and said, hey, I will partner with you on this. Again, it's someone that's like literally been nice to me and gave me for years and never asked for anything. So I'm like, all right, this guy has faith. He's being honest. Then I have to, there's something here. And for me, I was just like, but you're not a tech guy. You're not a tech guy. How are you going to do this? And then recently, like about a couple of days ago, I was like, because I'm fighting this, right? I'm fighting this glass ceiling I put on myself. I said, who said you're not a tech guy? Because you're always the one talking about efficiencies and processes and whatever, and using systems and apps and whatever. You are this person. You're just saying that you can't build a $1 billion company. You can't build a $1 trillion company. Like, why? Why can't you do this? Like, you literally have an idea that someone that's in the business says you have an amazing idea and I want to work with you. So that thing is one of the hardest things because it's this leash, it's these chains, these shackles that you don't know that are there on yourself. And, to break free is, again, requires to thine self be true. You have to be conscious of what's going on.